So today we're making Gulab Jamuns, and here we have a sample. Let's see how we can make these bad boys. Okay, so today we're making Gulab Jamun. This is the sample that's been made already. These are the ingredients that you'll need in order to make a Gulab Jamun. Baking powder, Semolina, milk powder, and desiccated coconut. Last thing you'll need is sugar for the syrup, for which you're going to put the Gulab Jamun once it's been cooked. So this is the liquid that it's in, and so this is what makes it sweet. So just on the quantities that you need, so start with 2 cups of milk powder. So two cups is just about a standard sort of English mug. I'll look at quantities, I'll see if I can put it in the description. 1 cup of Semolina and 2 tablespoons of the coconut, desiccated coconut powder, and then lastly just 1 teaspoon of baking powder, all combined into one in a bowl. And once you've done that, just combine it all together. So here I've combined all the ingredients together into a bowl using milk. So you can just use milk as required, just to make it to like a play-doughy type, so play-doughy consistency. You can knead it, which makes it a lot smoother, but not really necessary. Once you've done it, just grab a ball, make it into a nice little small ball, roughly this size. So roughly that size, and once you've done that, let it rest for a bit. Once you've got the balls, just put them in really slowly into the oil. Keep the temperature constant and quite low, and don't let it touch the bottom for a prolonged period of time, otherwise it will stain and make a burn mark on one side, and you don't want that. You want it to cook even all over. Eventually it will start puffing up. It'll get a bit bigger, so they'll double in size in the pot, so in the oil. Roughly it takes about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes for until they're golden brown. I'll show you a sample in a second. So this type of colour, beautiful colour, even all the way around. Any darker than that, and they tend to get darker as time goes on, especially when you put them in the syrup. Keep moving them around to make sure they're evenly coated and cooked. You don't want them to be different temperatures. So as you can see now, they start browning. Some of them aren't even, so just keep them one side up or the side that isn't cooked properly, and then eventually you'll get it even all the way around. You see the colour coming on beautifully. Very low heat, as you can see, even low, steady. So once they've cooked evenly, just take them out, strain them a little bit, get rid of that, some of that oil. This isn't the healthiest dish. There's a little top coat on these, so they've got a shell, harder outer shell, so that's what you want. And then just combine them and mix them with the rest of the lot. There we go. Turn that off. You can see that's the colour you want, and the colour and texture quite thick. And then once you've done that, you need to put it into the syrup. Once the syrup's been here we've got the balls, the Gulab Jamun made. Quite a lot in there, but it's for quite a lot of people, so there's still some more on the production line. This is the syrup, the sugar syrup. So it's about 4 pints of water and then 3 cups of sugar. And it needs to be very sweet, because that's what's providing most of the sweetness in this dessert. So be liberal with the sugar, as it were. Otherwise it's not going to taste as good. On top of that, you need to put some lychees, and that's it. So you just put it on the hob, put it for a good 20-30 minutes, let it let it evaporate, the water evaporate and thicken, so it's like a syrup. It's not too thick. You can't tell the difference. It's not like very thick syrup like most other desserts. So just bear that in mind. So you can have a look. There we are. So there's the lychees in there. Cardamom pods. And all you do is you just put them in there and let it boil, let it come to the boil. You should let it cool down slightly, not when it's boiling hot, otherwise it will just completely ruin the Gulab Jamun. So all you need to do is place them in there. So I'll just do that for you now. So you can just pick them up, place them in the syrup, floating. So you know it's ready, the syrup's perfect. So you're just going to place them all one by one. Now they're still relatively warm, but not too warm that you can't pick them up. So you should be able to pick them up while they're still warm, and you want to put them in here and allow them to soak up all the goodness. Smells absolutely incredible. I suppose you could probably just tip them in because they're quite solid, so there shouldn't be a problem. So show you that coming in. I'll do it this way. And voila! Done. So drown them. You don't need to be too careful because, like I said, they've got that outer skin on at the moment. It's like a shell almost. You can see that now. Looking absolutely beautiful. See, it's still steaming. It's very beautiful. You can put as many as the little cardamom pods as you want. I suppose the more you put in, the more flavour you'll get from it. Depends on who your audience is and who's going to eat it. So for yourself, then yeah, it's not a problem. Put as many as you want. You can add other things in here. If you wanted to, you can put in other spices, other things. Coconut you can put right on top once you've served it in a plate. So the coconut on top. So leave that for a second and let it soak in, and I'll show you. Finished Gulab Jamun in a plate. So you just plate it up in however you want. It doesn't have to be as fancy as this. And then just get some of the syrup and pour the syrup on top. Now this can be served with ice cream, which is probably the most popular thing to serve it with. You can serve it with anything really. Carrot cake, gujadilla, but that's for another video. So there we go. That's Gulab Jamun, ready to eat. So you can put a bit of coconut on top. So get some of the coconut and just liberally put it on top. Looks absolutely stunning, and anyone would be lucky to have that in their gobs. So now that's been cooked, let's have a little taste test to see what it's like. Here's the finished article. Those are beautiful Gulab Jamun, resting in their syrup, ready to be consumed by the whole family. Enjoy.